Hello.
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 Welcome to the Animation Breakfast Club and Morning Challenge Stream Day 2.
Yo, 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 yo. I got my tea. I got my screen.
If you got your tea, does that mean you're mighty?
I am mighty, yeah.
You're mighty with my tea.
I'm the mighty Swift. Better than the mighty Ducks.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, of course. The bed gravity is too strong.
Stuck in the well of bed gravity. Never will I leave.
Is your screen full of Sync Sketch and NDI and all that?
It's completely full of Sync Sketch.
All
Let
right.
me check that it's full of NDI. It should be now if it wasn't before.
Okay. Well, nope. But we can. It's okay. There we go.
Pangolin.
It's a penguin. And a coat. Oh,
How are you guys doing? How are you, Mike? Did you sleep well?
I slept okay, I think. Yeah.
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 You have one piece of hair. That's amazing. That's like stuck out from the side of your head, really far. On the other side. On the side. Yeah, there you are.
This one.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's bobbing every time you say anything. He's trying to get rid of it. You never will. How are you guys doing? Did everybody have a good Wednesday? I'm just having some tea and chilling before we start. Kimmy, you're still in bed? Good. Sounds good. I'm proud of you.
Wish I was still in bed.
One day I'll find a way to stream and do the Anna mornings while I'm like still in bed.
You
and then
could.
I'll never leave.
You could, you know.
How would I possibly do that?
You just share your iPad screen.
How would I do the mic?
You would have to be silent.
Well then it wouldn't be the same, would it, without me talking everyone's ear off all the time?
It'd be different.
It'd be much quieter. It would be peaceful.
Yeah. What am I doing?
Is anybody here not in bed? That seems to be the question.
Yeah. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I'm looking for
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the spreadsheet so I can see what people have said.
Working from home life! The ability to take naps whenever you need them is a good ability.
Creased said for this, I learned that I need to be faster. I didn't have the opportunity to do the actual clothing part because I wanted him to somersault into his tuxedo. Sad face. Thank you for the opportunity. Happy face.
Aww.
It's okay.
Is this for the Pengals?
Yeah, this is for the Pengals.
I'm excited now because now I have the promise of the Pengals somersaulting into the tuxedo, so...
Well, maybe they don't quite get into the tuxedo, we'll see.
Maybe not.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you very much. So you guys have to bear with me while I have my tea. I refuse to start until I feel good and ready.
Oh, okay. I missed that.
I shall not be rushed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go get a drink then.
Oh my gosh, you can't do that. You can't you just got up and left. Like he has some kind of free will of his own. Can't believe that man sometimes. Well, now it's just you and me. You and me and the tea. Gah! I'm tired. I wish that I had any interesting dreams to tell you guys about. Like, another Will Smith dream would be great, but I didn't have another Will Smith dream, much as I would have wanted one. I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to know if I got to join the Men in Black. If I managed to defeat massive Will Smith. 20-foot tall Will Smith. My nemesis. Oh, that's a great idea, Vert. Get the ring fit out. I just learned the other day, I was talking to my friend Jenny, and she has a ring fit that she's just got. And she told me there's like a rhythm minigame on it, like a dance rhythm minigame. I had no clue. I've only been doing the adventure. That's all I've been doing. So I assumed that all the minigames on the main menu were just going to be stuff that was from the adventure. But apparently there's like a rhythm game there and stuff. There's extra stuff that I didn't know about. So I really want to try it. I haven't exercised in a very long time.
Me neither.
Talking about that ring fit.
Oh yeah. That nearly killed me.
I wish that I hadn't given my yoga mat to Buffy.
Yeah.
Like, Buffy really likes a yoga mat. She likes sleeping on it and she likes clawing it. And I thought it was cute. So I let her do it. And now it's like, it's disgusting. It's like covered in cat hair and like shed cat claws. Like it's furry, it's coated, and it's all ripped up. I'm like, I kind of need that. I kind of wanted that to stand on and do stuff on.
How much do yoga mats cost?
Probably not that much. We could probably get another one pretty cheap. So maybe we should order one, and this time I won't let Buffy touch it.
Yeah, just keep it in its case or
Maybe we
something.
could revitalize it if we washed it or something, but I don't know if you can wash yoga mats in
Maybe, but as you said, she's clawed it to bits.
She has. See, Kimmy says, I do almost 20 minutes on the rowing machine and weights during lunch. But I feel like it's not enough. I don't really keep an eye on my diet either. That's great, Kimmy. At least you do something, though. I should also do something. Hearing about people and what they do to exercise just makes me extremely conscious of the fact that I don't and I should.
Yeah, when I first met you, you were going to yoga almost twice a week or something.
Well, I really like running around and being active.
Yeah.
So I was pretty fit when you first met me. Because I would do yoga and I would walk places every day to work and stuff. And I would do roller derby like 2 or 3 times a week as well. Which was always fun.
Roller derby was fun. Or roller skating was fun. We still have the skates. We can go skating somewhere.
Yeah, I'm really happy we still have the skates. It means eventually I can put them back on.
Wow, you're really not rushing this tea. It's it's good, I like it.
Good. I'm glad. I just want to check how everyone is, make a little conversation.
Yeah.
Like, I literally just got up about 6-7 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
I just need like a couple of minutes.
That's okay, that's fine.
You're drinking your espresso with me. Cool, cool, cool. What does everyone have beverage-wise?
I just got cordial.
I have Earl Grey.
Yeah. There are not a lot of boxes of Earl Grey in the store close to us.
People don't appreciate Earl Grey as much as they should.
It's weird though because I think you're drinking like Barry's Earl Grey and the shelf is like full of just usual Barry's tea, like a whole wall of it, and then there's one row, one column for Earl Grey, and now it's gone. I mean, it's not, they don't even restock it.
Yeah.
It's gone. Got the last box.
Oh my god. Kimmy, oat milk is so good. Oat milk is so good. It's like the ultimate thing to make hot chocolates with because it's like, it's got a thickness to it and a creaminess. Punk Cherries, you've been awake since 6 PM yesterday and it's midnight midnight.
So you've been awake for 6 hours.
I don't think so. I think, do you mean you've been awake like a full 24? Like you've been awake from 6 PM all the way through the night and now it's past midnight on the next day.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. How come? You got Pepsi. Okay. I think I'm good to go.
Alrighty.
But yeah, Punk Cherries, why you been up so long? Unrelated question, but what resources, books do you recommend for someone who's interested in drawing? Drawing specifically rather than animating.
Proco is good.
That's Proco is good. I haven't done a lot of Proco. But they are great. Drawn to Life is good. It's less instructional and more about the way that you think about drawing. But it's still very good. It's an animation book, mostly. But it focuses on figure drawing and gesture drawing. Hey Evelyn, I am awake. Oh right, Punk Cherries, no, it says no, I've been awake 6 hours. Okay. That makes sense. That's okay then. yeah, to be honest, I don't have very many books on actually drawing.
Not the ones that I can bring to mind.
When it comes to me learning to draw, I tend to just find artists that really inspire me, look at their work and try and figure out what it is that they're doing that I'm not, and then like just do a bunch of doodles and really try and push myself out of my comfort zone and towards that more.
Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of absorb what I like about that art into my own art.
You did a sort of drawing course with Samantha Youssef as well.
That's true.
Her
She's
book.
amazing. I 100% recommend that. If you can find Samantha Youssef teaching somewhere, then do that. Do that. She's so good. She's so good. Best drawing course I've ever taken in my life. A drawing course that like really changed the way I draw and really improved the way I drew in 3 days, I think it was.
Was that only 3 days?
3 days, and she like completely changed the way I drew.
Was it like one time a week, or was it just over 3?
I think it was just 3 days.
Wow.
But yeah, let's have a look. So this is Cap and Creased.
Nice.
And let's see what the penguin does. It's time! I'm gonna hit play. Oh no! I love that he realizes that he has flippers. And then they're like, oh no! This poor penguin. This poor penguin has it bad, man. Oh, thank you very much, Mike. You put in chat her name.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. So,
I think she has books out if you want to find those.
yeah, she does have books out, so I would recommend those books. So, at this point, because we slide across to the side, I think I assumed that the tuxedo is also going off to the left. But what I think is meant to be happening here, that maybe they didn't have time to draw, is that they're going to grab the tuxedo and throw it into the air.
He must say yes.
And then when they somersault, they're somersaulting into it.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I really like the way that you have the penguin waddle.
That's pretty great, yeah.
That's really cute. I think you might need to keep an eye on your proportions for your pingles. Oh, I should also grid. First things first, right? Always be talking about that grid. See, Fat Cat Garbage, a great name, says, do you think creativity is something encoded into someone or something someone can acquire? Fundamentally uncreative lad asking for a friend here. I think creativity is inside everyone. I don't think that there are people who are creative and people who are uncreative, and I don't think it's something that you can necessarily teach. I think that creativity is something that comes out when you find something you really want to do and that you're passionate about. Like, I think if you find something that you're super into and super inspired by, then you will naturally be creative with it.
Creativity isn't limited only to drawing or painting or anything like that. Any pursuit where you're problem solving or trying to fix something that requires creativity. What is it you do for hobbies and such?
It's true that you can get creativity into anything.
Yeah. Science is creative.
Anything is creative if you let it be.
Yeah.
But I think the thing that you need is the passion there in the first place.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I will say though that you can teach drawing. Anyone can draw.
Yeah. You can teach your technical stuff, for
Mhm.
sure. Because the technical stuff is just the technical stuff. It's like anything else. It's like riding a bike, you know? But in terms of the actual ideas that you have, those are very unique to you. And everyone's going to have different ideas, and that's what makes it so fun. That's what makes working with other people such a blast, is the fact that they will have very different ideas to you.
Agreed.
I think also knowledge can unlock creativity. To be honest. Like, I think the more knowledgeable you are about a subject, the more free you are to be creative with it.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of creativity is joining two separate ideas together that had previously not been.
Add a floor plane to show perspective. Thank you, Kozek, for the triggered. Hello, blah blah neep, how you doing? But yeah, I think like if you know how to, like if you learn a lot about computer games, and I think you're more likely to be able to be creative when it comes to like thinking about what kind of computer games you'd want to make, or how you think you could improve them. And likewise, I think knowing your limitations helps. Like if you're like, okay, I only know how to use this program and that program, then that can breed creativity. You know, limitations can give you a fun little sandbox to play in. Like, how would I make this happen if I can't do this? Does that make sense, Mike?
Yeah. Sorry, I was thinking on another tangent of not to confuse creativity with originality.
Yeah, originality is something that you'll have anyway. Originality is something that's... Everyone is original and unique, so it's just natural that you would be. You don't even need to really try for that. The only thing you do need to make sure you don't do is like deliberately ape other people's ideas. You know, originality is something that's programmed into you. So you just have confidence in your own ideas and don't get so scared that you try and hide behind other people's.
I'm just reading the punctuaries as saying that penguins have their knees inside their bodies because birds are weird.
Because birds are weird. It's a good reason.
I think penguins' ankles are also kind of inside their bodies, which is why they waddle. Most animals' feet are technically toes, like paws and hooves. Horse hooves are big singular toes. Gotcha.
Okay, so we'd only see the ankles, basically. Is what you're saying. I thought this penguin had shades on when I first saw this.
Really?
Yeah. Because it has like a line across its face,
Gotcha.
which could be like the center line, but I interpreted it as like the line for the glasses. There we go. I'm just tracing over this so we can see the proportions change, basically, and check them through the thing. Throughout. So yeah, there are a couple of places where I feel like we get a bit bigger or a bit smaller. So just watch that. Watch proportions. And let me do the note about the knees. The knees! I love the way it walks, even though the knees are outside. Bam. Nice waddle. Love the waddle. So when it comes to penguins, probably much more like this.
Bring the tail down as well.
Like that.
Yeah.
Penguins knees are obscured
By floof. Belly floof.
by they have fur, don't they?
No, I don't think so.
Do they not?
I think it's feathers of some description, like water bird feathers. Let's ask Google. Do penguins have fur? Penguins are not covered in fur. They have a dense, small, fluffy feathers.
Interesting. Abimation says, Owl's legs freak me out. I see. Essentially, yeah, the legs will be almost non-existent. Our legs are wild. Most birds are like 85% feather floof on the outside, also, which is why they can be very amorphous. Nice.
That's like a penguin skeleton.
This is really cool, Punk Cherries. Thank you for letting us know. Like looking like KFC drumsticks. It's true. Well, I mean, that's why they are. They are bird legs. They drumsticks.
Yeah, their hips are kind of like on the back of their on their back effectively.
Yeah, can you show me some reference to this?
Yeah. So their hips are back here and their knees are up here.
Okay.
And then their ankles are where you would expect them to be.
So skeleton wise, we have like
It's crazy how long their neck is.
kind of thing going on.
Actually, the knee would kind of like. I think you need to fix a little bit where you're doing their thigh bones.
Okay.
Let me. Oh, I don't have it open. But yeah, like where this knee is here. This should probably go.
I can't see. Mike's mic is between him and me in the screen.
This should probably go back in space here. And there'd be like a hips are back here.
Where is the actual? I can't see because it's really far away, your screen. But where is the knee? Is there a thigh, or does it just join straight?
The thigh. This is the knee that you got here.
Yeah, I mean on the skeleton you have there.
Here.
So there is a thigh.
Yeah, the thigh goes like back horizontally.
I thought that was the pelvis.
No, that's the thigh.
Okay, gotcha. So it'll be like this.
Like here's one from the back.
Oh, okay, cool. I see. All right.
They is a silly looking skeleton.
Like they're sitting down all the time.
Yeah, kind of.
So like this.
Yeah.
Except it feels like what does the thigh join onto?
Let's see.
Penguins, penguins.
There's like a hip bone at the back here.
How close together are the thigh bones to each other when they link into the hip bone?
They've got like the gap of where the spine would be.
Yeah, but how big is that? The gap? Don't show me with your hands.
I don't know. I'm like, I don't have a view of it from the back. Oh, is this from the back? No.
It looks like they basically join straight in the middle, which means I'm gonna have to do this instead.
This is fun. 3D model?
Anatomy is fun.
Wait, there's a video.
Video.
Hopefully it does a rotation for us.
Video killed the radio star in my mind and in my heart.
Wow. They really want you to know that it's Gandoza. There you go.
Okay, stop it around the back, please. Okay, stop. Don't rotate it. Okay, give me a sec.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
It's supposed to be their shoulder blade.
This is what we want. Getty Wellington.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for the follow, F-Pop.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, we Gucci.
We Gucci.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna. Here's the link to the 3D model that we were looking at just now.
And then can you have it rotate round to the front?
Look at that little bird skull.
Basically got ribs going like this.
I like the sort of like chest bone plate they've got going on there. Their sled bone.
Yeah, me too. There we go. So we'd actually only see their ankles. Also, drawing the skeleton inside it has shown me that it's kind of off balance.
Yeah.
And it's a very bad skeleton I've drawn inside it, but it still shows me that it's off balance. They are a little off balance.
One of my favorite things is like the one series of drawings where an artist drew modern animals in the same way paleo artists sometimes draw dinos, as a criticism of something called the shrink wrap phenomenon, where artists will draw the dinos with like no muscle or fat or anything and just skin, and the bones look super freaky when applied to modern animals.
That's super interesting. Can you like find a link to that and show it to us? Because that sounds great.
Yes. Make him say yes.
And oh yeah, Todd Cup. Punctured is giving you it. Yep. It's a weekly animation kind of challenge where we pitch themes to the people watching and to the cars outside apparently. To the wider animation sort of community, and each week, India will do cool drawovers like this in an attempt to help animators animate cool stuff and learn and get better. And we get better as well because we can try and figure some stuff out.
There we go. So nice anticipation. And then we have a little bit of a smear. It's a little bit difficult to see just because everything is drawn with the same colour and there aren't any fills.
Mm-hmm. That would be advice that we would give. It's draw things with different colours and add fills.
Yeah, I would say when it comes to this, like, try and make the gesture flow. Like, if they're going to put their arm out, maybe have the back flow into that. You know, as much as you can, as much as the anatomy of the animal allows you to. And when it comes to smears, rather than just use a line like this, try actually using some solid shapes or something to get that arc. So, looking at the arc itself, could be something like this. And then you might want to try something like that. It will look slightly better in motion than just the line.
Those are pretty creepy weird. The shrink wrap thing, Adder Lovely gave a link and there's some like really strange looking animals there.
Can I click on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Will look better in motion. This makes me feel like a pirate, this music.
You are a pirate, India.
You are a pirate. Yar har fiddle de bee. Being a pirate is all that you need. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're a pirate, me lad.
See, told you.
Okay, let's have a look. I'm gonna bring this over so we can all see. Hippo, swans, zebra, baboon. Is that really what they do when they are drawing dinosaurs and stuff?
I think maybe in the past that was like a misunderstanding.
Wow, that's really funny. Humans are dumbasses. It's like the Leopleurodon penguin thing. Like, everyone looks at the Leopleurodon and they think, oh, it has a really, really long neck, right?
Yeah.
It's like this. Allow me to draw you a Leopleurodon skeleton. This is my shorthand for a Leopleurodon skeleton. It's like this, right? Ah. So everyone was like, oh, well then I guess it must look like this kind of thing. That must be what the Leopleurodon looks like.
Yeah.
And then people looked at the skeleton and compared it to penguin skeletons, which have
really long necks.
Proportionally the same amount of neck. And they were like, you know, or it could have been...
It could have been a
like
huge
this
penguin.
Instead. A big old penguin.
It was probably a massive penguin.
Which actually makes way more sense because the skeletons are really very similar to one another.
Yeah.
In terms of like the placement of everything and the proportions of everything.
So are you telling me...
People just saw the long neck and assumed, oh, it has to have had like this really long exposed neck, like a snake.
What's it called?
Leopleurodon?
Leopenguidon.
Or it's a... I keep wanting to say Plesioth, which is a Monster Hunter monster. see. Whoop, 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 whoop. But yeah, I'm sorry. Talk about dinosaurs over the top of your critique.
No, it's important. It's important because skeletons, yo. They.
Skeletons, yo.
Yeah.
It's important because skeletons, yo. So, when they grab it, I think you'd be able to show that they grab it more and make it more obvious if you have this actually react to them.
Abimation says, if Nessie would actually be a big fat penguin, I'd be pretty happy, Scott.
That'd be pretty funny, wouldn't it?
That'd be amazing.
It would still be terrifying, but it'd be great. Just having them like push this down a little bit as the weight of their flipper rests on it, and because it's being pushed down, that means that the air resistance is going to cause the sleeves to kind of splay out a little bit, and the bottom of the jacket to kind of splay out a little bit. This is a very long jacket too. I'd say when I first saw this, I thought it was more of a lab coat.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you have this jacket as long at the end when they actually have it on.
Maybe it's also showing the pants.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's showing.
No, it
the
doesn't,
pants.
but, you know. I don't know.
Jacket reacts. To weight of flipper. I guess it's more of a wing, isn't it? As it's grabbed.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
So that would flare out a little bit, then settle back down. I love this where they're like, no, these are not hands.
They do have wings.
I'd say, what's your weight placement here? I think this is partially because you don't have a grid. So whereas here they feel quite stable when they kind of step forward, it feels weirdly like they have their legs pushed forward in front of them. Because of how flat their feet are onto their legs and their front. I think that's partially because you don't have a floor plane in there. I think if you had a floor plane, then you would find the movement a little easier to do. This is a nice squash and stretch. It's nice to see the flipper moving in perspective here as well. So nice job tackling that. I think you could spend some more time easing into these positions, like just add a few in-betweens between this and that to really ease in and soften these movements a bit. Because you have some nice in-betweens going on, but then we ping straight to the key at the end. Let's see. Whoop, 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 whoop. And again, like, just watch your proportions between frames like these where the head really shrinks. Nice smear. So this is where I'm assuming that the jacket is going to be thrown. So just want to have that jacket actually react to. I'm assuming you just didn't do this because you didn't have time though.
Yeah, they said they ran out of time for the clothing part.
Yeah.
Do you think... I feel like they're using both hands to throw it.
Yeah.
So... I think that last drawing might be a little incorrect, because I think part of the cloak would be in the far hand.
One of the hands doesn't contact it, though.
Oh. Okay.
So, I'm assuming it's... I'm just trying to figure out what the movement would be here. Because I feel like it would be this kind of thing. And then you could maybe have this doing a little vibration to show that it's been pulled off. Maybe have the coat hanger swinging around if there was a coat hanger on it. Like you might have to cheat it by just taking it off entirely like that and having some smears instead of actually showing it being pulled off, because the movement is so fast of the throw.
Yeah.
There's not really time to show it being pulled off the hanger. So maybe I'll try like this kind of shape, so we can throw it up higher.
Nighto, Palboro.
Night, pal, bro. You can have the arms drag, which will make it a little bit easier to tell what's going on.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. This tuxedo did not give consent. No! My hanger!
What are you doing? It's going to be very tricky to get it off screen in that amount of frames.
Would you say then that you would give this motion some more frames?
I would definitely, like, when they first take it off the hanger, I would give that bit more frames. Because at the minute it feels like they just touch it and then there's like 2 frames of them throwing. Yeah,
so there's no real feeling of resistance or like anticipation. It's kind of like, whoop, the motion's done.
Yeah, there's not really time for the audience to understand what's happening.
Gotcha.
You see, I need it to be sweeping upwards so we can see where the trajectory is going to go.
Bert asks if the tux will have to flip rotate because he jumps through the bottom of the tux where he's facing the top of it.
Yeah, I think it will need to. See, the problem is the amount of time that we like hold here.
It would be on the floor.
Yeah. just like flies over. I just there. You did it. You did it, penguin. The problem is the amount of time that we have between the penguin throwing the tuxedo and the penguin doing the roll to land in the tuxedo is so much, because we have this pan over and then we have the penguin stop and look and then we have them anticipate and then they do the roll and then they're in the tuxedo.
Maybe okay, like let's look at the language they used.
Well, can I finish my sentence?
Yeah.
Okay, so the problem is that there's so much time between the tuxedo being thrown and the penguin doing the motion where they go into the tuxedo that for the force of the throw, it feels like it should already have landed. And it also means that because it's landing just here rather than over here, the arc of the motion has to be like, he has to throw it really high up because it's essentially doing this rather than doing this.
I think they use the word somersault. Somersault is along the ground, so maybe they throw it onto the ground and then somersault roll over it to get into it.
Maybe a somersault to me is in the air, a forward roll is on the ground.
I might be wrong.
Yes. Make him say yes.
Okay, I thought somersault required airtime.
I think a somersault. Somersault, also flip, heli in gymnastics, is an acrobatic in which a body's person rotates 360 degrees around an axis. The people are held. So a somersault can be performed forwards, backwards, sideways, and can be executed in the air or on the ground. So we have it's all open season on what this is then.
Okay. I'm not sure how they would roll over it
I don't know either.
and end up inside it.
I don't know either.
I feel like maybe like this is what we want. This is it falling. And then somehow the arm gets inside. It just happens, don't question it.
Well, if they have their arms up, and when they're inverted, it could slip onto their arms.
Okay, so how would this slip onto their arm?
I don't know. If they had their arms a little more straight down rather than out to the side, it could fall onto them.
How?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure this out in my head. So
You're right. I don't know how. I don't know how.
it would be falling collar first, right?
Yeah. So maybe they have to put their arms up,
Well, like this.
which would be down.
Yeah, down. It's just like this, like a board. They have to do the plank position in the air.
No, it would be. Oh, I don't know.
This is like really weird to wrap my head around and work out. My brain can't comprehend how.
If the jacket was in the same shape that they were in and it was pulled down, would it go onto their arms?
That's the question, isn't it? I guess so.
Guess it would.
I guess it would. Yeah, so if we just like put the jacket like this, like it's overlapping their arms, it's gonna fall onto their arms. This is the fun part of doing this animation animal challenge, is like, how would this work? I'm learning so much today about penguins and anatomy and dinosaurs and jackets. Okay, so their flipper is going to be pointing straight down into this instead.
Yeah.
Is what we've decided. Because it has to be the way. And then it's just on. Just on.
Just accept it, okay? It's happened. We'll move on. It's to penguins in a tux.
Hold on. I
He's
gotta
gonna
do
go to his 9 to 5 miserable job as
What?
a waiter.
Oh, don't say that. No, the penguin's gotta be happy. Can't take it if he's not happy. It's too sad. So here comes the tux. Here comes the tux. Do 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 do. Here comes the tux, and I say it's alright. Do 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 do.
Maybe he's a secret agent. Yeah, he's a secret agent pretending to be a waiter.
Okay, so the tux comes down from the sky. Yeah, there you go. Look, we did it. We did it, guys. The problem now is the trajectory of the tuxedo. Is too. It's too horizontal in the way it's flung for it to fall down so vertically. So we need to make sure it's tossed straight upwards.
I can't believe you figured this out.
Well, figured it out is, I mean, I have taken the easiest route, which is just to have it overlap the bird and then the bird is in it. So if you can think of a more creative way to do this,
No, it's good.
Captain Creased, then please do. Please do. But this is the way that I think it looks convincing. I think it's convincing.
I think you've convinced yourself, yeah.
Yeet. And then we need another frame of it going off the top. It's just the law. I don't make the rules, but that's what we have to have. Just because if you're going to show something going off screen, it's really unclear if you only have it for one frame.
It looks like it pops out of existence.
Yeah, you want to give people like a little bit of time to register that's happened. I think I even need to move this over a little bit, have it more vertical. I think you could make life a little bit easier for yourself by not having it so vertical in the way it's thrown up and the way it lands. Just because the motion of the penguin, it feels like a very sideways throw. Like, it feels like they'd be doing this. Were they tossing it upwards?
Yes. Praise the sun.
Even then, it feels like it's... it feels like it's entering from like behind where it gets thrown up. Because the penguin doesn't move. And the tuxedo has to come down like here. So like, unless they're tossing it straight up, like, it feels like it needs more horizontal travel distance, the tuxedo. In my opinion.
They're talking about the gay penguins in the zoo. And Punctuators is saying, you all know those gay penguins in that one zoo who got that kids book written based on them and their adopted daughter? Their daughter got a girlfriend at one point. Gay penguin rights.
That's amazing.
That's really cool.
I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of gay penguins in the wild as well, just having a wonderful time. It's amazing how people, like, scientists just never consider that animals are just naturally gay in the wild as well. But they are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then we have the hat come in. I like you throwing the eyes off the face, and
yeah,
I like
great.
the size variance in the eyes here, where like one bugs out, then the other bugs out. That's really fun. And then we have an impact frame happening, which is fun. But again, I think if you're going to have something go off screen, you need to kind of show it flipping up there. Like, bajamf. So that people are aware where it went, because when I first saw this, I didn't actually know where the hat had gone. I was like, is it gonna appear on him, or like where did the hat go? So just show it getting off screen, and then when you have it come back in, it will make more sense. And then it comes in from the left, so I'm gonna have it go off more to the left, I think.
Comes in from the right now.
No.
Oh.
It comes back in from the left.
Oh, okay. It comes back in from the left. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it's going over that way. And then it comes back in here.
My friend showed me, it was like, there was this zoo or this enclosure with penguins, and what they would do each week or each day, or like iteratively, they would document who had been the best penguin and who had been the worst penguin, and they described what what they had done to achieve this. And if you followed the the saga of their worst penguin, it shows like how they had an asshole penguin, and then a new clutch of like young penguins were introduced, and this bad penguin then taught his bad habits to another new new penguin, until the bad one got usurped by the new penguin and started getting treated the same way. It was like this like redemption story. Oh, it was great.
It's like you deserved it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you teach evil. Just have a few little tears going on there. Pow! And when it comes to impact as well, like impact like this, just make it a bit uneven, is my advice.
Oh,
and make it look more interesting.
Ciao.
Add variants. So I'm going to make a little note here. Suit feels like it should travel more. Horizontally. Given the penguins. Throwing pose. So yeah, those are my main notes. Also just watch your consistency, watch your anatomy. Watch consistency. And anatomy. Yeah, awesome job. Punk Sherry says, I think female bonobos were taking sexy times with other females as a form of socialization. Yeah, most animals in the world have been observed to have homosexual behaviors, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. For some reason, like, scientists are always like, oh, animals do this really obvious thing that living creatures make sense to do.
Yeah.
Like, I still remember there being like a big blow up when people were like, oh, animals have feelings. And it's like, well, fucking yeah, they do. Like, what do you think? Have you ever lived with an animal before? Like, it's really obvious that of course they have feelings.
Yeah.
You assumed they didn't? Yeah, maybe so. It's always like a big publication when it happens, though. It's like, scientists discover. It's like, didn't we already know this? Scientists discover dogs can feel guilt. Like, everyone who's had a dog knows this. Like, we didn't need this proving.
Everyone who's had a dog is like, I've made my dog feel guilty. I feel so bad.
Let me hop on to the next one.
Okay, who's up next?
Who's next over here?
It's Vert and
Vert! Vert! It's a raccoon in a room. The raccoon in the room.
With a
Roomba. The plumed hat.
Let's see what is it? What's the red thing?
Let's find out.
It's unclear, Vert.
That's well, maybe it will become clear. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a t-shirt with one arm folded over.
Nah.
Alright, that's my bet. That's the point of science, though, right? To actually prove and retest those things. I guess so. I feel like when something is so obvious, maybe the resources would be better put to doing something that we don't already.
Let's not comment on scientific practice right now. I don't think we're gonna
I feel
achieve
like
any.
there are better things that they could spend their time looking at than things that are already. Some things I don't think we necessarily need proof for. I think.
We need proof for everything. That's science.
That's true. I'm not against people just researching stuff out of interest as well, just because it's cool to learn about this kind of stuff.
Hypothesis.
Yeah, I think
evidence, observation, summary, science.
I think Punk Cherries is right. It just shouldn't be treated as big groundbreaking news because that implies that people thought otherwise.
Yeah.
And that now they're shocked to discover this.
I mean, there was a guy who studied bees, and he was like, "Man, all these kings are giving birth, like, because he couldn't accept the fact that the leaders of the hive are female. It's like they have to be male, and therefore the kings are weirdly giving birth to the rest of the bees. This isn't.
Is this just one dude?
This doesn't make
Like, it
sense.
just wouldn't. Alright, let's have a look. They was looking for cloves. Yeah! Oh, you look great.
It's so manic.
Yeah, I love the frenetic energy this has. It's like, I'm gonna I think it could benefit maybe from some holds. But I also really like the frenetic energy that it has. Like, it's obsessed with getting this on. I think you could contrast that with when it spots it, have it like hold more there for a second. So you're contrasting this frenetic, like, I'ma put this on with a little bit of stillness beforehand. So it's going over. I really like these foot poses. They're really cute. One day I will make you in between things, Bert, and then you have to actually work out foot placements. Maybe next time is a time. Maybe I'm going to set an in-betweening challenge next time, and you're going to have to do some in-between. But yeah, watch the consistency of the character again. Like, looking at your grid, here and here, it's the same distance from the camera, basically. But the the volumes of the character are very different. Likewise, here and there, it feels like the body has kind of shrunk a little bit. But they're all on the same kind of line of motion and same kind of distance away from the camera. So just bear consistency in mind. And yeah, so looking at stuff like keeping the foot placement consistent between the keys, so it doesn't feel like they're jumping every time they move. Like, you've got this one pretty good here, and then this back foot, looking at the previous frame, would be like more like here. And if I was going to spread one of the feet out to like improve the pose, I think I would choose this foot rather than the front foot, because the weight is on this foot here, which means that you can safely move the other foot without necessarily disturbing your center of balance. Whereas if you move the foot that they're going to have the weight on, it implies that they have to have stepped between these two keys.
Mm-hmm.
And because you don't show the step, I think you're best to stretch this one out if you want to like really push that pose.
Means you got teleporty feet.
Yeah. And then I just like really try and clarify that silhouette as well by breaking the arm away from the tail. So I stick it more like that. And then center of balance is the last thing that I'd make sure I'm considering, which is making sure that your raccoon is nice and stable. You need a stable raccoon. Even my raccoon there is slightly unstable. It could honestly do with leaning forward more on its leg. Here we go. So, bear in mind foot placement. And center of balance. Or as I like to call it, cob.
Cool. I was about to laugh because what you'd written was Sentio.
Sentio of balance. So watch character proportions. Bam. And then this is great. Maybe hold for contrast. Give audience some space and time. Time and space!
Dandy.
Space dandy! He's a dandy guy in space! To give audience some time and space to understand and register what is happening.
Hey, Habbo.
If you have things go, go, go all the time, it can become confusing and the audience kind of feels like they're playing catch up while they're watching. Like they're watching what the raccoon is doing, but their brain is still processing the last thing that happened and trying to work it out. So you just want to give them like time to be like, he's walked across and has seen the thing and he wants it. Is happening. In general, humans need at least 6 to 8 frames, if not 16, to properly register something. Let's see how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have a fair amount. You have like 9. I'd maybe give it a few more. Give it like 15 or something. I don't know. 16. Give it a little mini hold. Until it feels good is my general time measurement.
What if it felt good for that length of time for Vert and B?
Well then, I mean, awesome. In that case, if you like it the way it is, then keep it the way it is. Because, like, a lot of this stuff is just my sensibilities.
Nah, look, they say they struggle with it. So yeah, take Indy's advice then, and you struggle
Well, try
less.
it. But a lot of this is, like, just my sensibilities. And there'll be people who'll watch this and the timing will work perfectly well for them. This is belly flop. Bah! Bah! So just, yeah, watch your foot placement here because it kind of feels like they're pushing off but not actually traveling anywhere. I think because center of mass is here. And then here, it doesn't really feel like it's gone forward far enough to justify. Feels like it should be more like here. If you're going to have such an energetic push off. You know? Maybe give it a bit more foreshortening. We just erase this. And draw what feels good. Drawing makes me feel good. What?
Nothing.
It's Ghostbusters.
I know what it is.
Busting makes me feel good. It is some raccoon putting on a shirt. What are you gonna draw? A raccoon putting on a shirt. It is an animator who is gonna draw it. Who's it gonna be? It's Vert.
MB.
Raccoon, 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 raccoon putting on a t-shirt, 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 t-shirt. He is having a good time, good time, good time, good time. I will defeat this frame. You shall not take me, frame. So much of what I do is just trial and error. Just like keep drawing it until it come out good. Just keep doing it till it look good and then stop.
A+ singing from Mimi Mole Girl.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mimi Small Girl.
I don't want to lose that back arc. Na 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 na.
Can you
This back leg.
can you go back and forth in the frames to the beat of this music just for a quick sec for me? Oh, it stopped.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Could have asked me earlier. Like when I gave a fuck.
India vocal album when?
Never. You guys don't want that. You know you don't want that. No one wants that. So I don't know. Did I improve this? I'm not clear if I did, you know? Hold on. Don't
You
think I
guys
did.
should come up with a track list.
Which guys? Was or them?
They should come up with a track list of the songs that you want on your album.
City Escape, please. Follow me.
How does City Escape go?
How did it go?
Yeah.
Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. You know the one. It's sung frequently around these
Oh,
parts.
I've never heard it before.
He's such a liar. What a liar.
Why does he need to escape from the city?
Because he needs to be set free. I don't know. He just wants to escape from the city, so...
Bon Jovi living on a prayer.
Wah! We're halfway there! Wah! Take my hand!
We're halfway there.
Wah! Living on a prayer! You see, this is why you guys don't want it.
He must say yes.
You know?
Make him say yes.
This is why you don't want it instant followed.
Nobody wants this.
What are you talking about, Habbo? What are you talking about?
There we are. Push slightly more 3/4 to cam. Rather than flat on.
Sonic wants to escape the system.
Trust me and we will escape from the system. He just wants to be free, man. I can empathize with that. Okay, there we are. I'm okay. I'm happy with that. I think the main thing is just pushing this creature more 3/4 to camera. At the minute, your drawing is a bit more flat onto the camera. It feels like they suddenly switched to sideways, rather than staying 3/4. And then pounce. Let me change this to that so we can actually see. There we are. That works okay. And then again, just watch your proportions because the head scale here between the two,
It's too big.
it changes greatly. Great changes. And then yeah, he's got it. I like this frame with the big eyes. The big anime eyes. And then watch your anatomy here. Again, foot placement. We've got a foot here, got a foot there. So let's keep them in the same place. And then remember, even if your anatomy is super cartoony, like I'm drawing it here, where like the legs don't super make sense, just making sure that it stays mostly consistent and joins onto the right part. Like here in your drawing, you have the leg just go straight up like this. So just watch out for that. Yeah. And then, wait, are they gonna step? Okay, they're sitting down. I was like, are they gonna step into the shirt? So yeah, if they're sitting down, again, foot placement, keep it consistent. How would I sit down from this position? You know. Make sure their weight makes sense. Because we're following their weight backwards here. They're about to plop onto the ground, right? Then they're like, plop.
They're saying you can't spell communism without Sonic.
Wow, that's true!
Without Sonic, communism is mum.
Did you know that if you write Sonic backwards, it spells capitalism?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah. Sonic backwards is capitalism. How weird is that?
I was just like, lol.
Boop! Get that butt on the ground! Everybody do the dinosaur. Get that butt down on the ground! Everybody do the dinosaur. Get your head and spin it round. Everybody do the dinosaur.
I love your old lady singing voice. I love it. I love it so much. It's a dinosaur. It's a dinosaur.
Oh my god, what the hell? Can't believe my eyes. It's a dinosaur.
Ba-da-da-da.
And then this foot can shuffle forward because now all the weight is on the butt. And the butt is planted like a flower. So it's okay. Oh my god, my friends, it's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
Moving gracefully across the plains. Got a big old head. It's a dinosaur.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho.
Okay, so plop. That's its butt. That's the sound its butt makes.
Dr. Grant's got issues with being a dad. Thought he'll learn to be a parent when the dinosaurs attack his friends and the kids are scared and alone.
So then you want to use the butt as a rooting point for all the other action that takes place because they're going to stay sat on that, right? Or are they not?
But the root of all motion.
Indeed.
That's often where you'd put the root bone in a rig. In the butt.
So again, just watching out for like, if you look at the size of the crater here, and then you look at the size here, between the two, it really grows and shrinks. So, like, I would suggest finding a frame where you like the size of it here and you think it works well, and just keeping that off to the side and checking the proportions with it every now and then. Because, like, the size of its feet's here on these 3 frames versus the size of its knees and feet's here versus the size of its body here is very different. So that's my main point for this bit. And then I'd say take some reference of how you'd put on a shirt. Because I like the scramble, but it's like the raccoon is holding the end of the shirt here with the 2 sleeves falling free. And then the next frame, they're no longer holding onto the bottom of the shirt. Now they kind of have the middle of the shirt, and then they have the sleeve. And it's like, I can't tell where their grip is changing, or whether they are actually gripping something, because it's like where they're gripping on the shirt is changing so much. But I've never worn a shirt before.
That's what I was
Well, now's your
hoping.
opportunity, your grand opportunity to start. Yeah, you just want to keep tracking those paws and make sure they're in like a consistent place. Like here we have the arm through, when previously the arm was outside, but we don't get to see them tuck their arm up and under the shirt to get it there.
Yeah.
And little details like that are really going to bring it to life. Like this, you have it here. I like this.
Yeah, there
where you
go.
get to see them put their arm under and like stretch the material out. What a great frame this is. I love this. Praise the sun.
I have done it.
Success. The struggle's not over. This is really cute. Yeah, so this is good. We get to see them like grab both sides and then pull down.
That's cool, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say consistency with the character is your main hurdle right now. Making sure that when you're drawing stuff, the feet are staying in a consistent place. I think I'm going to force you to in between something, but I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I think this is what you need to grow.
Are you going to make them in between this?
No.
Okay.
I won't. I'll make them in between something I do from scratch because this is quite long. And
Gotcha.
also the keys are already set on this. So
Yeah.
they would have to like rework a lot of them, which would be a pain. Yeah! I like that little step. Just watch out for your center of balance here. If they're raising this foot up, then their center of weight is going to have to go over to the right as they put more weight on this leg. Transfer weight to this leg. And then likewise there, more of the weight will go onto that leg.
How do you expect to beat India in the animation festival if you can't in between, Vert?
That's so mean and harsh. I'm never
just-
entering another animation festival.
I'm just harkening back to the rivalry, the nemesis. Oh!
Did you guys know that we entered Starlight Brigade into a bunch of festivals for the music video category and got rejected by every single one?
Yep.
Yep. We sent it into like 4 or 5 different festivals because there's like a section for commercial music videos
Yeah.
where it's like work you've already done for commercial clients and their music videos, and it got rejected by every single festival. Didn't get into a single one. It made me very sad.
We couldn't really afford to enter into any more. It was animation festivals. Habbo.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Welp, I guess we're not going anywhere. I mean, at least coronavirus has happened this year, so it's not like we could have really gone anywhere anyway. It would have been a bummer to get into festivals and then not be able to actually go to them. But it would have been honestly nice to at least have qualified.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Oh. Yeah, so watch where you're putting your weight there. And then... Yay!
Yeah, none of them gave reasons, I don't think.
No, I would have loved to have known what the reason was. Just because, like, maybe I'm insane, maybe I'm crazy, but people keep telling me that video is good. And I started to believe it. so it was like, it's not got into anywhere.
Why? JJ says, because they're stupid.
JJ, hey, good morning. Or evening for you.
Maybe it's because the festivals kind of thrive on exclusivity and it's already on YouTube, so they're like, there's no benefit or draw or pull for people to come and see this if they've already seen it. But
maybe I don't know. I don't know. I was hoping it would get into a couple of places, mainly because that would give us the excuse to travel and go and, experience a festival and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if you overshoot here, that might be really fun. This is what I'm thinking.
It's just still laughing. JJ just be like, cause they're stupid.
Because they're stupid. What? Poopy bumheads, right? How dare they?
Yes, the civilized response to critique.
We should send them an angry letter. It's the English thing to do. Nah, it's okay. Like, I do kind of wish that I knew why, but it's alright.
We don't need validation or awards.
Honest.
Maybe they just thought, oh no, it's anime. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I don't think this is much of a stigma around that anymore.
Not in the general populace, but I bet you there's some highfalutin people in the...
Maybe. It's difficult to say because I'm in a bubble of people who like really like and appreciate anime, so...
I'm gonna send them some Chim Chim cookies. I get that reference now.
That's what we'll do. Yeah, we watched Speed Racer the other day, for people who don't know, and that film is bonkers and so cool. It's so cool! I have no clue how they filmed that movie even.
A lot of green screen.
Yeah, like, so much of it must have been just done in front of a green screen, because that movie is like 10% actual people in cars and 90% compositing. So just watch that your arm is connecting at the shoulder in the same place between these frames. And that your body isn't sort of changing form too much. You know. Gosh. Yeah, so we bought Speed Racer so we can watch it anytime because it's so good. It's so good, guys! Oh my gosh, the villain was cracking me up so much. That actor, like, really knows how to deliver.
That villain, you were cracking up at that villain from his very first line.
Well, his expressions and his deliveries were so good. Is that pancakes I smell?
JJ says, I own it on DVD, Blu-ray, and digital.
Nice. Nice. We are now the proud owners of it on YouTube, apparently, because that's where we could get it.
Yeah.
So
we tried to buy it off of various other places, but it's weird being in Ireland. There's like just certain limitations where they're like, oh, you want to buy this, do you? No.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is like weirdly region locked, where you need to have like a US credit card to buy it, or an account set in a certain region to watch.
The point we weren't even sure it was going to accept when we hit the pay button on YouTube. We were like, well, we'll just hit this just in case.
Yeah, like third time lucky.
US is the only country in the world.
Apparently.
Habbo, I read a thing. Apparently, there's a service in India that has Rise on it. I don't know where I read it, and I don't know what service it was, but it was like one of the only ones mentioned.
Nice job, Vert. I'm gonna force you to in between next time.
It might have even been on the wiki.
JJ, honestly, sometimes it feels like that. Sometimes I'm like, I really want to throw money at the company, at the creators of this thing, but there's no way. They won't take my money. My filthy Irish money. Apparently it's only good for pirate.
Your money's no good to me, go pirate it.
Alright, shall I... Albert says, I'll in between. Weirdly, some of these I was like, yes, this is an in between. And then it was another key. I think some of these are in betweens, actually. But for sure. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of filling it out. I'm really putting emphasis on those keys. At the minute, it kind of feels like every post has equal emphasis, and that can be why it's easy to mistake it for a key, I think. Whereas if you fill out the in-betweens a bit, then how you use your spacing will help a lot with where the emphasis is placed in the animation. You know, people will tend to cluster their in-betweens around the keys so that the keys have more time to register to the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but sometimes. So I think that will help clarify things a lot, and help you push your key poses more, because an understanding of where to space your in-betweens it's super useful for just key posing as well. It's okay, but I'm gonna force in-betweens on everyone next time. Next time we'll do an in-betweening challenge. And then everyone will be in the same boat. Alright, we're on to the next. We're on to the final one. Punk Cherries, it you!
It you!
It you! Thank you so much for taking part.
Let me just read out what they said. They said, I was inspired by India building off my sneater, my snake sweater joke, saying something about a snake with little dangly sweater sleeves because he's got no arms, and I immediately started working on this. Animating a snake's movement is not easy, unsurprisingly, especially at the end, but laughing my ass off. I also tried to dial back a bit on the smear frames where I could, and I think it looks better for it, so.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Good job, Punk Cherries. Like, well done on like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Doodle Curl says should do a charting challenge. Why are you like this? You want me to suffer? Charts are important. We should do a charting challenge. Oh, I need to brush up on how to use them properly. Okay, let me hit play. Let's have a look. Oh, it's so cute. Gosh darn it, Punk Cherries. That's adorable. Oh, it's happy face.
All of these animals are so happy to wear clothing.
Yeah, it makes me happy. This has been a very wholesome week of animaling challenges. So does the snake get shorter between the beginning and end? Because I kind of feel like they do.
It's hard to tell because their tails
Off screen here.
Cropped, yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like they get a little bit shorter here, I think. That's a happy snake.
So chubby.
So I think you could make them a little bit longer. I think that would help a little bit. Just because that's something that I feel like pinged out to me when I watched it. So maybe just give it a little bit more. A little bit more tail. Get that tail!
Thank you for the grid.
Yes, thank you. Careful you don't lose length. You don't want to lose snake. You only have so much snake.
That's all there is to snake.
Yeah. I like the way that you are rotating the head through space. That's nice.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much.
Habbo says, I remember the last in-between challenge where we got to in-between your Nicholas keys.
Yeah, oh, that was ages ago, wasn't it, though?
Years.
Ages and ages.
Years ago.
So, let's see. Here, let's just thicken the neck a little bit. And then when we get to here, I think maybe it feels like the snake is traveling down too much. It kind of makes the grid feel a bit like a hill in the way that the head is angled here. So I think if you just bring up that face a little bit, make it like a little bit less like it's facing down. I'm laughing at my drawing, which is ridiculous. I like that this snake has like a little seal face. That's cute.
Snakes do, though.
You know what they do, don't they? They have like little, like bow-shaped
Yeah,
mouths.
because that's where their tongue comes from.
It's cute. We'll make it feel more like it's traveling towards us and less like it's traveling like down camera from us. And then they go. It might be nice to continue the movement of the snake a little bit here, actually, while its head's raising, rather than have it stop completely and then raise its head. It gives you the opportunity to like bunch up the coils a little bit here, which might be fun. Nice drag on the head. To make sure we're not getting too much extra space at the back of that cranium. God. I'd love a little snake companion like this.
With its own sweater.
And then you can get a nice S shape since it'll be pushing. If it's going to continue pushing forward a tiny bit with its body and just ease into that position after it's stopped, then you can get this nice like S shape with the head coming up.
Is there like smears or something happening to the head, or is it?
I think it is meant to be a smear, but I don't think you necessarily need a smear here. I don't think this snake's head is moving enough for you to necessarily need one. I'm not here to smear shame, because I think smears are amazing and fantastic and good. So you should absolutely use them. But I'm not sure if we necessarily need one here. These coils would continue moving because the snake is continuing forward.
It would be kind of nice if there was a sort of like an arc motion of the head raising up, so the head kind of went forward and then back like that.
Let me see what the arc is. Yeah. So like this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just trying not to, now that the neck's curved over more, I have to make sure that I'm not giving it way more neck than it's meant to have.
Yeah. You can maybe like pop the head a little bit further forward so that it sort of like goes forward and then back into the upward position.
Okay, one sec.
I'm just spitballing.
Just give me one sec. I'm trying to work out the body at the same time.
Gotcha.
In my noggin.
Gotcha. I'm throwing curveballs at you.
I started drawing one thing and now I'm drawing another. Because I wanted to get that S shape coming forward, which I can't do if the neck pulls forward more, because then the neck's pulling the chest.
Oh, okay.
But we can get it in the next couple of frames, I think, so it'll be fine. Because the head is going to end up cresting backwards anyway. Wop, 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 wop. Okay, here we go. So then we'll go back to this frame that you have here, and I'll just push the chest forward a little bit. Do snakes have different parts of anatomy sort of down their bodies? Because I'm kind of calling this part the chest just because it's like pushing out like one would, but
I think it's a little difficult to say where on a snake the chest is, because a snake is effectively snakes are basically a big long rib cage. So,
interesting.
They are pretty much head, neck, and chest.
So I guess the chest would just be the top of the rib cage. Do they have a top of the rib cage? I mean, they must, but
I'll show you. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, please. I'd like to see. Show me the inside of a snake.
I was
wish to
looking
see the anatomy.
I was looking up. Like arrangement of organs differs between different species of snake.
Oh, really?
Some snakes have they have a asymmetrical arrangement of organs, and some snakes have evolved out of having 2 lungs and only have 1 and things like that.
Whoa, how come?
I don't know, just maybe the size of the snake, and it's like their body is went
What's the biological advantage to having asymmetrical organs?
if they get injured in one part, it doesn't hit both lungs, I guess.
Interesting. Snakes are cool, man. It's awesome.
Let's see, snake anatomy.
Yeah, so I'm just pushing the chest forward a little bit. And then the chest can stop moving there while the head settles back. I'd maybe give the head like one more frame.
Do you want to see the skeleton first?
Yes. Please.
Snake skeleton.
Big skeleton. Spooky, snaky skeletons send shivers down your spine.
Yeah, so there's your snake skeleton for you.
Wow, look at... Wow, I didn't realise that they had ribs like bones all the way along.
Yep.
Wow.
They is just a big long rib cage.
Yeah, there really is. There's not really a top to the rib cage, it just ends with the head.
Yeah, like it goes all the way up into the neck, like right behind the skull.
Huh. Affirmation says they go like lung, heart, other lung down one side of them. That's so interesting.
Yeah, let me show you
Whoa.
snake organs.
Punk Cherry says, I was kind of thinking of ball pythons when I drew the face, which is why there are those little holes down the snoot. Aww. Oh, yeah, I should look up a ball python and just see what it is. Hold on. I'ma see. Ball python. It is me, your enemy, ball python. Boop, boop. If I was in a fighting game, I'd love to be called ball python. Oh, I see. Oh wow, look at that. Their snozzle has little holes. Like they have 6 nostrils.
Extra sensory perception.
Little archways. That's really cute. So interesting.
Snakes can be pretty cute.
I mean, look at that. That's adorable. Super cute. The holes on python snoots is how they detect heat. Haha, cool. Ball pythons are common to keep as pets. So I'm pretty sure I think they have very cute faces. Yeah, Ada Lovely, I've also stroked a snake and super silky and smooth and pleasant to like stroke and run your fingers across. Nice arcs here. Really nice anticipation and pullback. Again, I don't necessarily think you need the smear here. In fact, what you could do is you could overshoot that mouth instead. Add a little bit of overlap to your animation. So while everything else is going up, the mouth is going down. Kind of nice. Wow! Oh, I'm so happy. And then you can settle that mouth inwards a little bit. Yeah. Close it up a little bit. Wow! Let me just trace over this mouth so that we can see the movement properly. There we go. So I gave it a bit too much of the back of the jaw there. Yes. Oh gosh, love that sound clip so much. Thank you, Mrs. Dinky Doo, for the follow. Pleasure to have you here.
One thing I'm noticing in a fair number of these snake skeletons is that snakes tend to, like, from the head, they're thinner, and then they get thicker as they go to the body, and then thinner again.
Interesting. That is definitely something we don't have with this cartoon snake. I think that's okay because of exaggeration, but it's definitely good to
kind of keep that in mind.
Yeah, just to know about real snake anatomy. I like how as you're bunching up the head here, you're bunching up the tail as well, and having those coils compressed in the middle. That's really nice. Keep in mind like that they would be not stuck to the floor, but keep that floor plane very consistent. Unless they're squashing outwards as well, which is actually it's very possible that they are. There we go. And then, oh, this warrants a smear. Heck yeah. I think this is a good place for a smear because you've got so much movement happening here. And it's on ones. I'm into it. And yeah, I think your instinct is good to have them push off from that back coil to motivate the movement. So nice job there, keeping that movement motivated by what's happening with the body. I'm just trying to keep this kind of more consistent here in terms of the width.
We're doing okay, Mrs. Dinky Doo. How are you doing?
In fact, I'd say probably keep the tail in the same place. Since we're pushing forward here, I think that will emphasize where the push is coming from. That middle coil. If you keep the tail in the same place. And then this smear, I'd say just be aware of where you're smearing from. So the arc that's happening here is kind of like, and correct me if I'm wrong, is this, right? This is the force of the momentum that's coming forward. So you probably want your smear to take place somewhere along that line, rather than the back of the neck, which isn't really the thing that we're looking at. So having the smears take place along the back of the neck here doesn't have as much of an impact as it would were it taking place where your eye is naturally looking anyway. So I would say keep your smears to the top of the head here, because that's where people are going to be looking. So that's the part where you kind of want to smooth out that movement a little bit and maybe give more detail about the arc. So say, hold on, let me just erase this for a sec. Top of the head is here. We're doing an arc down here. Smears are a great way to get more information into a frame than you have frames for. So when you can't describe an arc or something because you only have one frame to get from one place to another, you can use smears to describe the arc instead. And I find it's always nice to be able to use them in a way where you're giving people more information than they would have otherwise. So, for example, here it might be nice to use them to describe the arc that head would take forward. So I'm just like working out exactly what the arc is, like what would work with the movement. And then having your smears take place over that will give us a little bit more information as to exactly what's happening. Ooh. So you would draw the smears better than I've drawn them here, but you get the idea. In general, I think keep them to the head rather than to the neck. And then we're diving into this, which is super fun. I do feel like we're fudging the slither a little bit here in terms of how the snake moves. And I wonder if it might be better to move that coil along a bit. So that is pushed further back. Because then we can get a nice sweep into and under the cardigan. Because that kind of goes with the movement of the snake pushing its nose under the cardigan opening. Whereas if you have this kind of shape going under the cardigan opening, it goes with the flow of the movement a little bit less. So having that like little dip underneath is nice, I think.
It's not a cardigan, it's a turtleneck, lol.
It's a snake neck now. Okay, turtleneck it is. So just like following the movement of that snake body. Or trying to. I'm also learning here how I animate snake.
Snake is an interesting choice. We had a couple of this time. Like, it wouldn't have been my thought as a go-to.
For animating an animal putting clothes on.
Yeah, because they're just so
limbless.
That, like, how does a snake actually move? Feels like a really, really big challenge.
Yeah, it is. So, like, props to the people who tried it, because you definitely chose a challenging creature to draw.
I wonder if there's any, or have been any, like, festivals or conventions where people have, like, dressed up their snakes and...
Dressed up their snakes?
Yeah.
Like what? Put a little bow tie on it?
Yeah, like little snake fashion festivals.
Snake shoes. Ridiculous, I love it. Poor snake. Poor animals having to put up with humans trying to dress them and stuff all the time.
Like a dog show, but with snakes, yeah. And they have little assault courses for them.
Do they dress up the dogs at dog shows?
I don't know if they do, actually. I guess they put them in like a functional coat.
A functional coat?
You've seen someone on Twitter dress up their snake as Sailor Moon.
Oh no! Sailor Snake!
Slither Moon.
Sailor Python. Sailor Cobra. Sailor Crocodile. Why not?
That's not a snake.
Never running from a real fight.
'Cause they can't run with no legs. Oh, look at a snake with a sweater on. 14 snakes wearing the hottest looks of the year.
Wait, what? Stop. Stop.
This one has a hat. Oh, people have knitted little like warmers for them.
Oh, right,
so
one
cute.
sec. One sec. Here you are, everybody.
They're wearing a witchy hat.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, look at that. Magnificent.
It's cute, right?
Oh, all the images are gone. I mean...
What one's that even? See the little warmer.
Oh my gosh.
Because snakes would
That
get cold.
snake's not wearing anything.
Yeah, but...
Wait a second. A full bodysuit? What? I'm pretty sure that's just its markings, right? This is a Santa one. It's got arms. Why does it need arms?
It's got a little sack for its tail.
There's no way that the tail is staying in that sack. That's a one picture. That's a one picture outfit right there. You have time to take one before the snake just throws everything off itself. All the pictures are gone. I'm so sad.
Okay, well...
What do I think? I can choose between heart, cute, fail, broken heart, lol, oh my god, win, or what the fuck. Wow.
You'll probably
Rating systems have changed since I was a kid.
Yeah, you probably have to sign in to do anything. Come
That's
on.
okay, I'm not going to rate it. What do you mean, come on? You're the person who distracted me with outfit snakes.
I didn't click that link. I just looked at the stuff below the thing. It was cute.
So this is another nice place for a smear. I'm enjoying the smear greatly. I think definitely take advantage of those sleeves, those floppy sleeves. Let me see how these sleeves move. Yeah, this is great. I love this. I love this. I would tell you to like make the sleeves move in a more realistic fashion, but I think it goes with the comedy of it all really well.
Yeah, I like that it looks like the sleeves are helping
Yeah,
it stand up.
How is it pushing its head through? I have no clue. That's so cute.
It works. It works in
Yeah,
motion.
it
It's
sure
fun.
does. So here we have this nice S shape, right? And then the snake stretches itself out here.
Yeah.
And I suspect you were just constrained by screen space. So like, do feel free to zoom out if you need to. But it feels like the snake would be able to stretch higher given how you've drawn the coils here. When I think about this snake straightening out, I feel like it would go a little bit higher off screen than that. And also make sure you keep this bit planted. Think of it like its foot. You know, you want to keep a part of it planted on the floor in a consistent place so that we know that the snake's center of balance is working. Never thought I'd have to talk about a snake's center of balance before, but here we are.
You never know what you're going to say when you wake up in the morning.
You know, that's true.
Yes, it is. Unless you pre-plan it and you like plan out your entire day.
How can you plan what you're going to say without just like not listening to anyone else or responding to them?
Margarine in June is a wealthy man's sport.
I love playing Margarine in June because I'm a wealthy man.
One of those things is true. Today's
There we
script. Yeah.
So yeah, just keep that planted. Keep planted. This is such an appealing animation. Adorable. And then yeah, I like the way that you're using your arcs here. Maybe like a little bit of settle on this would be nice. You probably ran out of time. Totally fair. You could drag the snout a little bit. And just have this before they settle into the final pose. You know? Just soften it out a little bit.
Yeah.
The little tongue wag at the end. And then we're off! We're off to the races!
I knew you were going to say off to the races as soon as you said we're off.
Oh no, I've become so
He must say
predictable.
yes. Make him say yes.
Yo, thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much. Again, making sure you keep that coil planted because we're going to unfold this way, right?
Agation.
They're going to lay each coil on the ground, one after the other like a chain link. So just make sure that that feels grounded. And then they flop forward. And it is time. Again, I don't necessarily think you need all of these smears. And it is, I think, one thing to think about when you're doing smears, because I've noticed that your smears tend to be ovals a lot of the time that trail after a character. But sometimes I think it would be good to try a smear that actually like goes with the direction that the movement is happening in. So thinking about how they used to do them with dry brush in like old animated films and such. If we're going from here to here, the smear would kind of go along these lines.
Smears are
Kind of emphasize that motion.
yeah. Smears are traditionally used to in place of motion blur.
Like
Since-
camera blur, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like if the movement is too fast to be caught on one frame, you're getting like multiple frames worth in one drawing.
Yeah, so it's very much a live
We're not here to
action
fight.
thing.
We need your help.
Even though literally every time we talk to you, you double-cross us, kidnap us, or threaten to destroy everything we love.
Maybe we are here for a fight.
God!
Are you guys here for a fight?
Hey, welcome in.
Hey! How are you guys doing? How was your stream?
Earthesia Creations, thank you. Welcome in.
We were talking about smears in animation, and how when you're filming live action, you get motion smears all the time, like motion blur all the time, because of the way that cameras work in terms of the exposures. But in animation, because we're drawing every frame, we have to like recreate that ourselves if we want it, and that's what smears are. Is artists who are drawing kind of recreating that effect. Your stream was a fight.
Cool. What were you doing?
Yeah, what were you up to? Smear campaign. It's true. We are stinky. This is true. How did you know?
If this is your first time here, we're Doig and Swift. We predominantly work in animation. Today we're doing a thing called Animorning Challenge, which is a weekly thing that we do where we set a challenge for animators. And this week's theme was to have an animal put on clothing. So we have Punk Cherry's animation here of a snake putting on a sweater.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Thanks for the follow.
Thank you very much. Watch floor playing on squash here. Like, I appreciate this is just like you doing a little shortcut to squash your creature. But just watch that the floor plane stays consistent where they're contacting the floor on the squash. Or it kind of feels like they're rolling closer to the camera and then rolling away. And I really like the way that you're not afraid to rotate your head here. Like, really nice job with the head rotations.
That feels really nice, yeah.
Yeah. Like, most people are scared of tackling those, so big kudos for that. And yeah, I mean, you could flatten out the sleeve a bit as it goes away, so that the sleeve is like really kind of just dragging on the floor, but that's very up to you. I like the thought of it looking like even more empty.
Yeah, like it's so happy to have the sweater, but
it's so deflated. Adorable though, super cute. Like, I really like this. You did a great job. Thank you very much, Punk Cherries.
Do you want to play the whole thing so that those that have just come into the stream can see Punk Cherry's animation?
Let me take off my notes so that it doesn't have scribbles all over it.
Yeah, strip them off.
Strip them off! Here you are, guys. There's Punk Cherries, who is in chat. It's a snake putting on a turtleneck. Punk Cherries, you're so welcome. It's really cool to see you pushing yourself as well. I'm really excited to see what you do next time. Speaking of next time, next week's going to be a break. We're going to take a week off. Everyone's got to take a break, give yourselves a pat on the back. It's been almost half a year of Animorning challenges. You guys have been killing it. I love looking at your animation so much. Thank you so much for taking part and submitting. Like, it means a lot every time we sit down like on a Monday and go through the entries and see that people have like brought so much to it. It's really cool.
Yeah, these usually happen on Mondays, but we pushed them a couple of days. We did them yesterday and today.
Yes. But next week will be a break week, so we can all just chill out and hang out. We'll be making just art and animation stuff next week, which will be really fun.
You want to show a couple more of the animations just to get people to see all the other cool work that we've looked at today?
Sure, let's have a look at this one, which is Jeff King's.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones I really like. It's got a lot of nuance to it. You can tell that they took reference. And that face at the end just makes me happy. Because the weasel is so happy. Oh. What a goober. But you can see here, like, taking reference really gives you a lot of nuance. Let's have a look at the Pikachu with the hat. This is Kimmy's. Yay!
Yummy!
And then I'll show our pal Bryony's as well. Kimmy, Bryony, and Jeff are all cartoon salooners. So they came out in force this week.
I love that every animal is just so pleased to have put on a piece of clothing.
Yeah, it makes me really happy just to see all these happy, smiling animal faces. So cool. I remember, what was it, last week we did the stalking one?
Yeah.
That was way scarier than this week. This week's very fluffy and wholesome. Last week was fight!
Wait, no, last week was stalking, wasn't it? No, flight was last week, India, and the week before was stalking.
Ah, you're right, it was. Right you are, right you are. We do all love happy animals, it's true.
If you're interested in like seeing previous stuff
feeling.
and everything, follow us on Twitter. That's where we announce new things and post up information about the challenge.
Oh, Punk Cherries, was that your first one? Ah. For some reason I felt like you've been doing it much longer. But yeah, we must away because I have to get to work.
Yeah.
We're sorry that we have to leave like just after the raid as well. But we really appreciate you guys coming over. We'll send you onward to someone else.
Let's figure out who we can raid.
He must say yes. Make him say yes.
Yeah.
I literally just typed raid into the browser bar like a fool.
Punk Cherries, I feel like I've known you my whole life. Bert, you're so welcome. Thank you for submitting an Anna Morning, Bert. Always love to see your stuff. You guys are super welcome. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Let's see.
Roll on tomorrow when we get to do some animation too.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fun. Also, today is the anniversary of Rise of the TMNT.
That's true. Happy birthday, Rise!
I hadn't mentioned it yet.
Isn't it it's the second year since it first aired, right?
Yeah, I believe so. When they released some episodes during the summer of 2017, but I think the official start, that doesn't matter. Yeah, today.
Happy birthday, Rise. JJ, if you're still here listening, then congratulations, man.
Yeah. Congrats, dude.
I have to go and change my profile picture to put a little birthday hat on Twitter.
He said, woo.
Woo woo. Happy birthday to Mr. Turtle himself. Sir Turtle. Almost made it 2 years. Hey, it still counts. I'm counting it as 2 years.
There's still the movie.
There is. There is.
Let's see. Who should we raid?
Who do you fancy? I can't see who you have on your dashboard at the minute.
Yeah. There's Nick Was. There's Viv Young. There's What If Julia. And that's the choices.
Who has the least amount of viewers? Let's send them over there.
Viv Young. Yeah, yeah.
It's Movie a Rise movie. Indeed it is, yes. So get hyped. Get hyped, it's going to be on Netflix.
I don't remember ever watching this person. I must have, though. I think I'm going to go for Nick Was.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm so bad at deciding who to raid. I'm so terrible at this.
That's okay, Mike, you did it.
He just got raided, so let's like double raid him for extra fun.
Double raid! Send in the army. Everybody go and say hi to Nick.
He's a cool pixel artist, game artist.
Yes,
Lots of fun.
What did he work on?
Shovel Knight.
So yeah, he's pretty awesome.
Initiating that raid.
Everybody have an awesome time at Nick's stream.
And until we see you tomorrow,
may the rest
of your day
be filled
with
adventure.
Take care, everyone. Thank you.